Welcome, sons and daughters of Odin, to another reading of the Ancient Northern Oracle by me, Samuel. The Elder Truth Arc runes are powerful, folks. I'm sure those who are actually watching these videos have seen. So I'll do another draw right now. What does the weird have for us today? One has emerged. Ooh. This is Tiwaz. This is the rune of Tia. It means honest, honor, truth, morality, justice. When we are in our power and when we stick to our convictions and our morals and our own set of code of ethics, we are strong and our lives are fulfilling. There can come a time, though, where these morals and code of ethics and set of principles can be challenged in many ways. It happens to us regularly. And how we respond to those challenges is important, particularly when what comes up in our field demands or expects us to suspend any sort of personal code of conduct that we may have. Now, this rune actually came out in the upright position, which is a good sign. So the energy, the dual energy of it is in the positive aspect, is in the gift aspect. So I feel that this draw is telling those who are watching this reading, those who are resonating, that you have been acting according to your own set of principles, morals and values, a code of conduct or ethics. And when you have done so, the results have always been good. Because when we do not, when we bow to outside pressure to act in a certain way that goes against our beliefs, a sense of morality, then there can be a great personal cost, and it can have an external cost as well. Everyone in life has come across a situation where they've been coerced to act in a certain way or encouraged to act in a certain way that may not appear to be the right thing to do. This rune is the energy of doing the right thing no matter what. When we are faced with a situation where we must make a choice according to a set of principles that we may have, if we go against it, then anything can happen. But if we stick to it, well, again, anything can happen really, but we build our own personal strength, our personal energy, our und, which is the same as chi. It's the Norse word for energy, our inner life force. And when we encourage that energy to reflect everything that we do outwardly, then there may be consequences. You may lose some opportunities, but are those opportunities ones you really want anyway? If they're going to challenge a very important set of ethics or values. For instance, if we're in a job and we're asked to do something that is a little bit dodgy, and we say no, we stick to our own set of morals, our principles, our own personal ethics, then that could result in maybe disciplinary action or unfair treatment or even perhaps loss of that job. That can have short-term effects, loss of income and things like that. It can create difficulties. But once you get over that difficulties, you've got the knowledge and the power where you've actually remained in your power, in your strength, and acted according to your own set of morals and values. And that's great power to you, no matter what happens outside, externally. You've maintained your integrity, your honour, by sticking to your own set of personal beliefs. And we all have our own set of personal beliefs. There's obvious things that we can do that most people do in terms of what's right and what's wrong, manners and various other aspects of behaviour that you just do and do not do. And we all have our own personal boundaries, personal ways that we behave and treat other people and act while we're out in public or in society or within family groups, social groups, whatever it may be. And they can differ from person to person. And it's very important that your own set of values and ethics do not have an impact on others that is negative as well. Then perhaps you may need to reevaluate those. And by negative, I mean that, it causes them harm. If, for instance, if you refuse to do something that you feel is immoral or wrong and it costs someone else money, well, that's their problem. They were trying to do something negative in the first place, so I'm not talking about those sort of effects. And sticking to your guns, no matter what, is the best thing to do in most situations. If you're in the wrong, admit you're wrong. That's simple. A lot of people will stick to their views because of pride and the inability to admit they're wrong. That's different energy. That's got nothing to do with this. So that's not the energy of Tiwaz. That's pride. That's another story. Ego, completely different. Tia, the god of war that this rune represents, a very honourable god, very just. He's pretty peaceful for a god of war, actually. And there's a story where he offered himself to the wolf Fenrir by placing his hand in the wolf's mouth. The gods were trying to bound Fenrir eternally to prevent Ragnarok. And for those of you who don't know what Ragnarok is, so it's the Norse version of the apocalypse, the death of the gods and the end of the world, or a new beginning anyway. And Fenrir was prophesied to cause a large part of Ragnarok, kill Odin and so on. So the gods tried to devise a way to bind him to prevent that. And he became suspicious. So Tyr offered to put his hand in Fenrir's mouth. So, okay, well, if this is deception, bite off my hand. And Fenrir went, okay, he trusted Tyr. Tyr knew what was happening, of course, and he was prepared to offer that sacrifice to the greater good, for the greater good. And that's what this energy is as well. It's putting yourself on the line for the benefit of others in a good way. Not sacrificing your morals, not sacrificing your ideals, but a sacrifice. Not literally sticking your hand into the mouth of a giant wolf, although not many of us will come across that kind of situation in our lives, thank God. But figuratively, yeah, when you sacrifice yourself for the benefit of others, give up something. Can be anything. I can't really think of a good example here now in the modern world. Well, for instance, give up your time for the benefit of someone else. Sacrifice your own time, your own energy, your efforts to volunteer, to donate money. That's a sacrifice. So those kind of things, and they're only, we can do small things. They're only small, but they make a difference in the end, and they add to the energy of Tiwaz, building your personal und, your integrity and your honour. And those are all good things. And we have those in high amounts, healthy amounts in our lives, then we are a highly respected and powerful person in our world. And what better way to live, really? Where's a better example of living today according to a set of morals and being able to sacrifice things for other people? I'm rambling a bit now, but anyway, you get the picture. Anyway, I will leave you all there. I think that gives a good representation of the energy of Tiwaz. And this shall come up now. I think this shall come up again in the near future. But in relation to the other runes, of course, that's we had Need yesterday and Gibo the day before. So in relation to those runes, this is a good one to get following that, because when we get what we want, when we get gifts, when we get lots of things from the universe, we can tend to go a little bit crazy and do things we will perhaps would not do. So this is reminding you to act according to a very healthy set of principles, morals and ethics, and your life will continue to go upwards. You will continue to evolve in a positive manner. So I shall leave you all there again, and in the meantime, hold the heathen hammer high.